to the special meeting. The council set this special meeting to consider options for renewing the county manager's contract. It is put on today, two reasons: some of the circumstances that has happened the last couple of days, and also with our traveling conflicts, it was really a little easier for me to get out of a meeting that I was in Eastern Washington rather than to have two councilors fly back for next week. So that's why we're putting it on today and not next week. There would be no public comment during this meeting. And Mr. Horn, could you please review the council Article 3.2 of the Home Rule Charter?
Certainly. Good afternoon, councilors.
Good afternoon.
For the record, I'm Chris Horn. I'm with the prosecutor's office. As the public's elected body, the council is both authorized and required to appoint the county manager. Specifically under Section 3.2 of the Clark County Charter, the council may appoint or terminate employment of the county manager by a three-person vote. The county manager thereafter serves at the pleasure of the council by contract.
And very good. And then maybe explain Section 10 of Mr. McCauley's contract.
Well, of the several sections of his contract, Section 10 specifically discusses the extension or renewal of his contract, and Section 10.2 specifically authorizes the Clark County as the employer to choose not to renew, in addition to the option of renewal, but to choose not to renew his current position. If that occurs, then the county manager is entitled to a severance payment of 6 months to include COBRA medical payments. And as a part of that, the council has the option of making an additional determination if the council chooses to not renew the agreement and finds that immediate action is in the best interest of the council, or I'm sorry, the best interest of the county. A management change may be made prior to the expiration of his contract, which is currently scheduled to terminate at the end of this year. So essentially, if the council decides not to renew the agreement, you have the alternative of saying, on the one hand, he may finish out the term through December. Alternatively, you have the option, if you conclude it's in the best interest of the public and the county as a whole, that you may make an immediate management change, in which case, under the charter, the baton would be passed to the deputy county manager.
Okay, is that clear with everyone? Okay, with that, well, thank you very much, Mr.
Sure.
Moore. Is there a motion?
Mr. Chair, I move that we exercise the option in Mr. McCauley's contract that we do not renew that contract.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, any discussion?
I'm just going to say it's clear, based on everybody's presence here today, that these are difficult and painful decisions as we go through these processes. The council participated in a long and thorough evaluation process, and as a result of that process, I believe it's in the best interest long-term for the county that we move in a different direction with regard to management and leadership. I want to thank Mr. McCauley for his service to the county. He led the county through some difficult period, and I want to thank him for that, and I want to wish him the very best going forward.
Any other comments? I agree with that. I think think we are looking for a change of the direction of leadership. But with that said, you know, we realize what the service that Mr. McCauley has done for all of us. Yes?
Someone who's always been a mentor to me in business says, you know, every relationship has its time, and because something was good for a long time, that doesn't mean it's always good for both parties going forward. And I would just like to echo the thank you to Mr. McCauley for taking through some challenging times. But I agree that at this point, the relationship needs to change.
With that, I'd like to call the roll.
Councilor Stewart.
I would like to comment that I've been here through some of those rough times that Mr. McCauley helped the county get through. And they were probably more than rough. Rough is a nice way to put it. I've appreciated his work. He's a hard worker and he loves the employees. And those are all important characteristics to me. What I've come to see is that in conjunction with the other changes that have incrementally occurred that are regarding the implementation of the charter, what we have led me to believe that we need a different thrust in management and in leadership. And the process of implementing incrementally the charter has not been easy for anybody, and it's taken a lot of interpretation and sometimes legal explanations. And although I appreciate what Mr. McCauley has done, I do think that we need to go some additional directions and with a different thrust, I'll just say a different thrust. So.
Okay, clerk, would you call the roll?
Councilor Stewart.
Aye.
Councilor Olson.
Aye.
Councilor Bolt.
Aye.
Councilor Glenn.
I
Councilor.
Aye.
Motion carried. Is there any other action?
As part of the termination agreement in the contract, it also provides that if it's in the best interest of the county, that management change prior to the expiration of the agreement, that can be done. And so I make that motion, that it is in the best interest of the county that management change be made prior to the expiration of the agreement.
I second that. Is there any discussion?
Do we need a more specific date on that? Is it effective immediately? Is that your intent of the motion?
Yes.
So I want to indicate that I have some concern about that for the reasons that our development, our succession plan for Clark County has not been well developed. It's important to have a succession plan. So I have hesitation about an abrupt end. And to see Mr. McCauley be able to hold the organization the way he has while we're in the process, to me seems a good direction. So I have hesitation with that.
I think that we have, within the the charter and the rules of practice. We have it lined out that the Deputy County Manager, Bob Stevens, will take over, and he has expressed that he wants to do it, I'll say as little as possible, so we can work on that immediately when that comes about. But I would concur with the motion.
Yes, I just want to comment on Councilor Stewart's comment. No, we don't have a plan in stone, since we really are just making this decision right now. We do know that it calls for the deputy director to take over, and I understand that Mr. Stevens doesn't want to do that for a very long time. So we'll probably go about hiring an interim manager and then do a search for a full-time manager at some point. But those are options before us.
Yeah. Okay, clerk, would you call the roll?
Counselor Stewart?
No.
Counselor Olson?
Aye.
Counselor Paul?
Aye.
Counselor Blunt?
Aye.
Counselor Meyer?
Aye.
Motion carried. Very good. Thank you. Mr. McCauley is overseeing the county as county administrator. After the retirement of Bill Barron in 2013, we would like to express our sincere thanks for Mr. McCauley and all of his work for the past years. I think, I know to the employees that are here and citizens all around, I want to stress that we don't take these actions lightly today, not at all. We have spent a sizable amount of time on this. We take serving each and every employee and citizen very seriously. I want you to know that. We do this today for the long-term future of the county. Due to our great respect for Mr. McCauley and for our employees, we will really have limited specific information going forward. So with that, we believe we have a great future. Best wishes. God bless. Meeting adjourned.
God bless you, Mark. God bless you.
I'm not going to give you that. You're good.
Boy.
I'm getting confused.
Sure.
Thank you, Mark. I'm sorry to see this.
We love you. You know that. Okay? You thank God. We'll be with you. Okay. 15 years, buddy.
Yeah. Got a good run.
Well, stay close.
Got a good run.
We're gonna miss you. You were the only thing.
Dude.